If you know, you
It's
know.
Rich Bees.
Khadijah RBV.
It's Kalia.
Hello, it's Kaya.
It's your boy Trey B. Cars, aka Trey. Another one.
We are Team Bees.
The coolest family in podcasting. Hello and welcome to another episode of
Another one.
Hello, people. We are back with a new episode and a new topic. Now, I'm going to tell you what, on this week, our new topic, it seems as if it's going to be a little too long for one episode. So what our intent is to break this down over the next couple of episodes.
We got a little mini series coming at you.
Exactly. A mini series. What's the
mini?
A what?
A series.
A series.
Yep.
All right. So
Interesting.
what's the topic going to be about? It is going to be about starting a family business and what it takes to run a family business and what all goes into managing on a day-to-day basis what a family business is.
And why is that relevant this month?
And why is that relevant? Somebody, please tell me, why is that relevant?
Next month is Small Business Appreciation Month, I believe.
So that's why we're doing this. We want to make sure that we are giving you information, adding value to your life, helping you to achieve your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. And so that's why we're here. And hopefully that's why you come to us for every episode. That's why you listen to the topics and things that we give to you, because you want the value add that Team Bees brings. We're here for you, and we're here for it because we want to give you our experiences and the things that we have been through in creating our small business. So after the break, we will get into the nitty gritty.
Not the nits grits.
After the break.
Hey guys, Rich Bees here, co-host of the Another One podcast and owner of Dynamic Works. Here to tell you guys about the great feedback we get when it comes to our filming and video editing. So you know we have separated the two, meaning now you can film your own video footage, send it to us, and let us put the 12 plus years of experience and design to work for you and your project. We can also add motion graphics, color correction, and VFX to your footage to get that enhanced professional look that will captivate your audience. Head over to dynamicworks.com or email us at info@dynamicworks.com. We are looking forward to bringing your project to completion. Simple, clean, dynamic. dynamicworks.com. All right, so you are listening to this episode because you want to start a small business, and your small business that you want to start is preferentially a family business, because we are family advocates. Teamwork makes the dream work. And
It sure does. Eases up the pain off of one person.
you know, so why not come together in unity and create something for your children's children, right? That's the whole thing. That's what we want to do. So with doing that, we will be talking about topics such as starting a family business, how to manage a family business, ways to grow a family business, and working with family.
Key points in your endeavors, in your small business endeavors. These are key points that you need to know.
But I figure, how can we give these people advice on this stuff? You know, they might be like, who is Team Bees? But I think at this point, if you got to this episode, you should know a little bit.
You might be a new fresh listener.
You know what? Yes.
And if you are a new fresh listener, let us introduce ourselves.
Actually, yes.
We are Team Bees.
And you know what?
so good.
That would have been so good if we had all participation. It looks like we only have 3 members of Team Bees in the house.
The unfortunate thing is,
Y'all don't be trying to introduce yourselves.
Did you retire the phrase?
No, the phrase will never be retired.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just that, like I said, you all don't try to introduce yourselves. So what are our qualifications to let you know about how to work with family and how to start a business?
So if you didn't know, and now we're talking to the listeners, if you didn't know, we have multiple businesses that we've started. Some have been in existence for longer than others, but they all are small businesses that the family puts in their talents, treasures, and
Likeness.
Funds.
That's fact.
Isn't that what treasures is?
Like we talked about before in the last episode, you're not an entrepreneur if you don't risk your money.
And now that's true. that at least that's what we found out last episode. So if you didn't hear that, go back. You can definitely get some good stuff out of that episode.
Nugs.
Yeah, look, some
God.
nugs.
Nuggets.
All right. So we have businesses that are creative. I think every business we have is a creative style business. Is that right? Do we have any that's not creative?
No, there's no way that anything we do could not be creative. So,
Yeah, that's true.
answering your question.
That is true. We have some, there's one business. Okay, so let's go through them and give them a sense of the businesses that we have. Now, I know that you have been a listener for a while, and since you have, that means you've heard numerous commercials for the businesses that we have actually. So one of them, the major business out of this whole thing, is the commercial that you probably hear religiously, which is Dynamic Works. So Dynamic Works is a design and multimedia branding business.
Yes,
So
yes.
in that business, we create websites, we create designs,
Graphics,
we create logos. And when I say designs, actually, it's not just graphic design, it's also sound design. Didn't think of that, huh? But we do. And we do voiceovers for different clients. We do commercials. We do ads. There's a whole lot of things that we do within Dynamic Works, but it's all creative to help other people's dreams come to fruition.
I think that's the major thing across all boards with our businesses. I think they all help somebody else to be able to get their dream out.
Right. To achieve their goal.
Yeah.
Whatever that goal is. Yeah. We've recently started a new business, and when we say recently, maybe within the last year and a half, there's a new business that we have that's called Indie Branding.
Woohoo!
Headed up by a member of the team, Trey BZ.
Trey B.
Tell him a little bit about
He's in his businessman
the indie
stance.
branding. You should see him, guys. He's over here. He got his legs crossed, just kicking it up like he's some high end business owner. Go ahead, tell him about your business.
He's just missing
tell him
his
about
sink.
indie branding.
I'm telling them about our business.
That's right, our business, because it is a
Hot
friendly business.
business.
Keep that same energy.
No, but indie branding is basically just a company that works with musicians and artists to create the best visuals and things that will appeal to the eye of the listener. So that's honestly the main, like you talked about with Dynamic Works, that's really the main thing overall, just to make stuff that appeals to the eye. Because when it comes to trying to attract new listeners and trying to attract clients, you might have people that have some good referrals and all of that, but when they go to your page and they see these little graphics that looks like they're made in Microsoft Paint, I really don't know if that's gonna be the best way to market yourself and for you to continue to grow as a business or an artist.
So basically, you are making their music visual.
Correct.
Connecting the dots between the sound and the visual.
That is correct.
So indie branding, is that kind of like a play on the indie artists that you appeal to or that you work with? Is that where that came from?
Yes, that is.
And if I'm correct, does indie branding stands for New Dynamic, right?
New Dynamic Works branding.
Yes.
Yeah, because we wanted to get into the indie market, you know,
Yes.
and get into the music scene. Not just because we want to be in the music scene, but because that's a whole market that is being plagued with bad graphics for indie people because they can't afford it.
That's so true.
So we wanted to make a certain level, right? A certain level of quality for people at a lower entry
price
point.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
basically, you're getting the quality you deserve at a price.
That you don't.
So basically, we just create music videos, lyric videos, cover art, everything
Social
that you
media
need as an
stuff.
artist. Yep.
That's what's up.
Whatever it takes to brand your next EP,
Or just promote a
Your
song.
mixtape.
you
Yeah.
know? And
Your
even
single.
if you're going to perform and you need visuals behind your stage performance, that's also something that we can design for you. If it can be designed, indie branding and Dynamic Works can make that happen.
Yup.
You know, at very reasonable prices.
Well, I'm just curious as to how Dynamic Works as a whole came about. Like, I get what you're saying with the service that Dynamic Works provides, but you know, how did that come to be?
Are you playing the listener right now?
Interesting.
Especially as a family owned and operated business.
So Dynamic Works was started about 12 years ago. And it started because I realized that there was a need. The need was that people were doing production in the church world bad. Very, very bad. And with that need and me being able to see that need, I realized I could feel that need. Now, as the business started to progress, you know, at the time, the kids were young. And being that they were young, you know, they started expressing interest in various things that they wanted to do. You know, Kaya wanted to edit videos for herself and start her own YouTube channel. Kalia wanted to do fashion design. You know, Trey was just all over the place. He wanted to do, you know,
Everything.
Filming. He wanted to do making games. He wanted to, you know, do all kinds of things. And so what I wanted to do was actually point each of them in the right direction. So it didn't start off as, you know, they just jumped in and were part of the business, because the very first thing that I wanted to make sure I did was to build up what they wanted to do in the area that they wanted to do it. And so as they learned and grew, then you know, I already knew at the beginning that those things that they wanted to do were already part of the business that I was starting and growing. You know, each piece was something that went towards the bigger plan. So that's how the business actually came together and started to grow as I start teaching and growing them. And so with Dynamic Works, in the near future, we have a lot of things coming on tap that touches each and every part of the things that I just spoke about, plus more.
I think that's interesting how you spoke about how Dynamic Works started. And I think at the epitome of really every business, successful business, it begins with that specifically, which is there's a need and you thought you could fill the need. And so that's a good place to start.
I also think that what's interesting is that with the 3 kids, it didn't just, the seed wasn't just planted with the YouTube channel or even the wanting to be a fashion designer or a video editor, but it was just planting seeds of having your own and establishing your own streams of income and helping them to realize the importance of making sure that you have a not a gift, because we all have gift, but a trade or a way that you can
profit off your talent.
Right. And so the kids have had lip gloss.
Oh my gosh, I'm
creating
thinking
lip
about
gloss.
that.
Trey got a whole bunch of zippers and was supposed to have like bow ties made out of zippers. I mean, it's so many things that we have encouraged the kids to do just because we never wanted them to be dependent on a system. And the more that we have learned and understood the importance of this, we've shared that with them. And I think that when you have a family business, when that's your foundation, the way that you approach a family business is a little bit different than when you just look at it being just a pastime type hobby thing that I can do this or I can't do this, or okay, I can do this or I can just go get me a 9 to 5,
Right.
And your approach is different.
Right. While that's like a fine thing. So we're not like anybody who starts their own businesses and it's just like a little hobby thing. That's fine. And then it ends up making you money and then you're able to quit your day job and then that's fine. We're just saying that living from a place like this has worked for us and it might work for you as well.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely can and does, because it works for a lot of people. And if you're thinking about dipping your toe into the sea of
just one
self-ownership, then, come back these next couple of weeks and keep listening, because we're going to drop a lot of nuggets and we're going to make sure that we get across the different points that it takes to build and start and manage and grow and work with your family in a family business, because it can be a lot of tension, but it can also be a lot of reward. So make sure that you come back, make sure that you keep up with us, because like I said, we want you to be successful. We want to add value to your life and to your kids' life. And, I believe that you can do it. So with that being said, I want to let you know about the other businesses, but I also want to reserve some of this information that we have to be able to bring it out in the coming weeks, okay? Because we have more businesses than that, but we just hit 2 of the main ones. All right, so come back, check us out. This has been the coolest family in podcasting
and on the internet, period.
Team Bees.
We out.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook
at Team Bees.
To keep the show going,
partner with us at teambees.com/partner.
we out.